Hello and welcome to my channel. Bit of a mixture for you today. I have a pile by the side of me. Let me just show you the pile. This pile. Anyway, we'll get as far as we can. It may take more than one video, so it's a mixture video. You can see I've been swapping my boxes around me a bit more. I brought my wall back out because I couldn't see it. It was in my boxes in the front room, but I couldn't see what wool I had, so I wanted it up. And then this side, I've got a couple of sewing holes. I've still got my Bibles and everything else around, but I just, bit of a change. Bit more crafty, isn't it, looking at that one? Talking of crafts, okay, number one on the agenda. You know, you may know, you may not know, I have a scrawny neck. It's a short neck and it gets cold. I've got wraps, I've got scarves, I've got crochet this, that and the other. I found another crochet pattern. This one. Pretty cool. Now, yes, it does look, the front is longer than the back. But what happens is you put it on and it literally sits on your neck, keeping you warm because you make it to the size you want it. So you do as much round as you want. And you do this bit as wide as you want. That's your main one. And then you do that with it. But yeah. So that was my first attempt. And I like that. And hubby says, pink's not your colour. What? I like pink. It's his opinion. Pink's not my colour. So, alright, I'll make another one. As you do. I made a green one. Slightly different. This one I knitted. That one's crochet. This one's half knit, half crochet. So the top was just a band. It's just like an oblong of just garter stitch, just knitting. And it folds over and goes together. And then once you've sewn it together, down there and down there, down there, then you start on your neck piece. And he's a nice one. Shall I try and get him on? Even though I've got glasses on, I've got to... Because I've got a bit of a collar on there at the moment. But you can see how comfy they are. And they go around the back so you don't get your back of your neck all cold still. And it can go in or out of whatever you've got on. If you can have it out to your coat, in your coat. If you've got a dress on, you can put it in. And then you've just got like a roll neck jumper on. No one would ever know. But it's quite warm. Let's get it back off again. So that was Mark 2. Very good. All good stuff. So that's the first offering. The crochet tops. The patterns are on YouTube. Loads of patterns. And once you've made one, then you adapt it. Yeah. So I made that one. And then I adapted it and did the knitting one. So... but they're very nice and they're very warm. Next on my offering of this video, a baby snippet. Now, sometimes you just want to do something small. You don't want to do anything big, just something small. So this one is simply got no bits on it. It's just got the squares on it, obviously. He's got, you can see just the back stitching and the front. So I've got all my little squares on there. It just goes on and on and on. I'm going to drop it again. And on and on and on. It was just very therapeutic to do because you weren't, I mean, I stuck all the bits on. I put the bits on with glue, just a dab of glue, and then went over them. But it's not a case of thinking, oh, what can I put on top? What goes with it? What doesn't go with it? There's none of that thinking, which was handy. It was just the colour. Same colour thread all the way through. And just little bits, pieces of more or less cottony fabric. And this delicate little thing was a cotton reel. It's only a small one, so I thought, well, I'll just put some, here he is, made in Germany, must have been a, you know what I'm trying to say, it's the good cotton. I just put some washi tape round it, and it just fits my little snippet roll. So if we go that way, and you might be able to see the bits again while I'm rolling. There we go. I mean, yeah, it's pretty long, I suppose. You can do it as long or as short as you want, and you can do it as big or as small as you want, you know, thin. You could do a fatter one, thinner one. I mean, you all know I have my huge snippet rolls, and then you have a small snippet roll. It will do up. It's coming off. Get on. It'll get there. There he is. Cute. Just an odd piece of wool. Tie him up so he doesn't unfold everywhere. Put a little bow in it. I'm putting a little bow in it. I think that's the smallest one I've done. Don't hold me to it, but I think it is. And this one, which you've seen, is probably the biggest. Ooh, slight difference there. But again, that one was just stitching. It was just something I wanted to do. Just mindfulness stitching, do we think? Mindness, what? So that's that one. So a bit of a snippet roll. What have we got? Oh, you want another one? Another bit on this one? Well, this is an on-the-go bit. I thought, which is always not good, I'd do a book. You know, a book of slow stitching. So I thought, well, I need my straight pages first. So have a bit of backing. Then I put some squares on. Now they've been put on with invisible stitch. Invisible basting stitch. Instead of like tacking them on, you put this on because you can leave that in. You can see on the back, there's all the threads. But you sort of just do a little bit, and then you go bigger, and then you do a little bit. You go bigger underneath, obviously. So they're ready for dressing, as I call it. You know, with proper stitching with my threads. And then I've got a load of these, a load of this. Where did we get that? It was on Halen, and it was like a craft fair. I like them. I'm going to have some of those. And I've put them as like a, so it's like a peekaboo book. It'll be peekaboo book. That's one. Another peekaboo. This was my second peekaboo. Again, they're all basted on base stitch. Yes. Sort of tacked, but they are. So that's 1, 2. This one makes 3. Peekaboo, you see. All ready for some lovely sewing. I don't think I'd put like bits that stood out on these because otherwise they're not going to lay straight, are they? But nevertheless, I can just do some nice stitching. Perhaps some nice embroidery in the open bits. And another one. Yeah, peekaboo. Doesn't take much to please me, does it? I'm easily amused. There we go. So that was them. That's the book to put together. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to be making my little peekaboo books up with. So that's a work in progress. Just some oddments that I've done. Just little bits. Messy on the back. Looks like a boot, doesn't it? Anyway, that's a little one I did, just for amusing myself. This was another one. I do love to do just the repetitive stitch. So I'll put my bits on, and then I'll do the repetitive. You can see it on the back. No, it's just slow stitch. Yeah, probably pull those off. There. Okay. I think I'll stop there for this video. You've seen a fair bit of the pile. There's still a fair bit left to go in the next video. So on that note, I shall say, I hope you've enjoyed my little bits and pieces. Perhaps I'll name them bits and pieces 1, 2, and 3 if we get to 3. Then, it encompasses crochet, sewing, bits on the go, all sorts. I'm babbling. Do tend to do that, don't I? Anyway, do give us a thumbs up. Do subscribe. The more the merrier. We've hit over 1,223 subscribers. Good going. Good going. All from my little craft room. Out to the world. So you stay safe and take care. And I shall see you with part 2 of the bits and pieces. Bye-bye for now.